Hey everybody. Okay, I hope that this works. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and so service is a bit sketchy. And I apologize. The chorus frogs are. Hey everybody. Okay, I hope that this works. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and so service is a bit sketchy. And I apologize. The chorus frogs are making a lot of noise in the background. But I promised that I would get back to my roots, so to say. I recently have been joining this homestead group that is all about getting back to the roots. And I've been living this way for about 5 years now. So it's not something that I just kind of jumped on the bandwagon and have been doing. So I kind of want to get back into sharing that experience with you guys. So today, and I have kitchen scissors to do this with, because who else's husband takes off with tools and other things and don't put them back? Because mine sure does. So I couldn't find my pruning shears. But today, we're going to be pruning my lavender. My poor lavender here has kind of been a little neglected. So basically, here's one of the mistakes that we're a little crooked. One of the mistakes that I made, sorry, this is not working out real well. One of the mistakes that I made before planting was I didn't prune it before I planted it. I didn't know that I needed to. This was the first time. This has been planted about, I would say, 3 years now. This is its third season. So I didn't know that you're supposed to prune them while they're still in the pot before you plant them. I didn't know this. And the reason why is to keep, see this woodiness, this extra woody growth, that keeps that down. So that cuts down on the woody growth if you prune it before you put it in the ground. You're also supposed to prune once in the spring and once in the summer, no later than August, because you don't want to prune it down too much before it starts getting cold, because it can kill the plant. So I did not prune last fall like I should have. So today we're gonna, because it's spring, we're gonna go ahead and prune and stimulate some new growth in this. Like I said, I shouldn't have all of this woodiness going on because I should have trimmed it before we planted it, but I didn't know that. So we're just gonna learn here. And apparently once it starts getting woody, then if you can keep it from like expanding on the woodiness, then it should last around 5 years. So like I said, this is about a 3-year going on plant. So these, I normally just snap these off. These are your blooms, dead blooms from last year that I didn't harvest. I'm not sure, I don't remember why I didn't, probably laziness. So I just kind of break those off and pull those out. But you want to trim no more than 2 inches above the woody. So the woodiness starts about here. So I'm just going to trim all these off, or some of them even just snap off. But there is some new growth here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and trim that so that it will stimulate more new growth. So we're just going to go in and trim away. But normally, if you actually trim it to keep the woody growth from happening before you put it in the ground, then it will stay like mounded up like it is in the pot, which I also didn't know. So my mistakes are helping you guys if you're wanting to start a lavender. Learn from my mistakes. So normally when there's blooms, I will go ahead and I trim the blooms and some of these leaves because they have the lavender scent as well. I save those with my next pruning and harvesting. And I use them to make lavender tea, or I have little satchels that I normally dry the lavender for about 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks, before I just kind of cut it up and put it in little satchel bags for the scent. So again, no more than 2 inches. Well, you want about 2 inches before the woodiness. So we're just going to kind of shape him up here. And honestly, this is going to go if I can get it, because that is nothing but dead. It's not going to produce anything. It's just going to keep expanding with the wood. So we're going to throw that out. That one's going to come out later when I can find the right tools. Like I said, my husband never puts anything back, so sometimes it's hard to find. But we're just going to shape this guy up. And I have another one over here. Don't know if you guys can see that. I have another one over there. So we're going to shape them up and cut them down to stimulate the new growth. And hopefully I have helped you, taught you a little something from my mistakes. But again, you want to trim in the spring and then again in the fall, but no later than August, because you don't want to trim too close to, like, basically frost season. So wherever you are, whatever that works and looks like for you, because, you know, different parts of the country, or which I'm in the U.S., different parts of the world even have different seasons. So whatever works for you. So if you learn anything, let me know. And like and follow for more homesteading, gardening, and all the things.